Hello everyone. I'm going to talk about the presence of planet Ketu in different houses of the horoscope. Before beginning, let's first understand what are the qualities of planet Ketu and what will it do in different houses and in different signs of a horoscope. So first of all, we all know that Ketu is the south node of planet Moon and it is not a heavenly body in itself. So when Moon is revolving around the planet Earth, so the position when it is in the south to planet Earth, that is called as Ketu. Now Ketu is also called as the dragon's tail. So it means it is part of planet Rahu only. It is the lower part of the dragon which doesn't have a head. So by that, it doesn't mean that Ketu doesn't have any brains or it cannot think. It is a wrong notion in our parts to think like that. Whereas a good Ketu can make somebody very, very intelligent and it can make somebody very, very spiritual. You can just take it like the dragon is not having a head, but it is having a limited body. So the head is vastly connected to the universe and the intelligence could be infinite or the intelligence could be very high on wisdom. So a good Ketu makes you very intelligent, well-read, introverted, very analytical. And if this Ketu is bad in your horoscope, then you can take the results of the headless Ketu, where you will be worried about lots of things and it can give you some health problems and sometimes it can give you some wandering tendencies. So you will be forever confused and you will be prone to deception. So a negative Ketu will act differently from a positive Ketu. We have to first understand what are the signs where Ketu is giving us good results. Now, Ketu gives good results in its own sign, that is Pisces, and Ketu is considered as exalted in the sign of Scorpio and in the sign of Sagittarius. There is one group of people who considers Ketu exalted in the sign of Scorpio. Another group considers Ketu as exalted in the sign of Sagittarius. So it totally depends upon you. If you are confused about what sign to take, you can just take that Ketu will give you good results in both these signs. So Ketu considers Mars and Jupiter as its friend, and Ketu will consider planet Venus, Mercury, and Saturn as its neutral. Ketu is inimical to planet Sun and Moon. So if your Ketu is present in the sign of Cancer or if it is present in the sign of Leo, then it will not give you very good results because it is sitting in its enemy's sign. So friends, I have been telling in my previous videos that Rahu and Ketu being the nodes of Moon, they will generally act as per their dispositor, as per their sign lord. So if Rahu and Ketu are present in a particular sign, here we are talking about Ketu. So if Ketu is present in a particular sign and the sign lord is well placed, or if it is sitting in one of the favorable signs of Ketu, then also Ketu will give you very good results. But if Ketu is sitting in an inimical sign and the sign lord is also sitting in an inimical sign, there Ketu will not give you good results. So totally depends upon which house your Ketu is present. Ketu does good in the Kendra houses, that is 1, 4, 7, 10, and it also does well in the trine houses, that is 1, 5, and 9. So Ketu will not give you good results in 6, 8, sorry, 6. In the 6th house, Ketu does give you good results. In the 8th house, it will not give you good results, but in the 12th house, it is like mixed. It can give you negative results and it can give you some positive results also. So we'll be discussing about all these results in this video. Now starting with the first house placement of planet Ketu. In the first house, it makes you very, very spiritual in your outlook, very detached. So it will give you a lean body. It can give you a variegated appearance, means your skin could have different colors and it can sometimes give you lots of worry in your nature. But that is about the negative Ketu. If Ketu is negative, then you could be worrisome and sometimes you will invite psychosomatic diseases, diseases which are not existing, but because of your worries, you will invite those diseases and you will get afflicted by those diseases. So these people with negative Ketu in the ascendant, they think a lot and thereby they are not able to take some big actions in their lives due to lots of thinking, and they can be very fearful. But if your Ketu is nice, if your Ketu is in a good sign, then Ketu will make you very, very courageous and very intelligent, very logical, very well read, very analytical, and very spiritual. In the second house, Ketu is again not considered a good placement because, first of all, second house is a Marak house. So, any planet, if it is present in the second house, is bound to give you some trouble, some health issues for sure. In the second house, it can give you some speech related problems. Sometimes people may stammer, or it can give you detachment towards the money matters. So second house is all about holding wealth. It's about your possession. So with Ketu here, it shows that in your previous life you have already possessed lots of wealth. So you could be a little bit careless in your approach towards saving wealth. So that doesn't mean Ketu here will not give you wealth. Ketu will give you sound amount of money, but your money management could not be satisfactory. Now the second house is also about your family life, your relatives, and your family in general. So here Ketu will give you some detachment towards your family members, and it can also give you opportunities to study away from your home. So these people may acquire their education away from home. And Ketu in the first house can also give you some uh, eye defect, because second house is about your eyesight in general. So you have to also give importance to your sun and moon, because sun is your right eye and moon is your left eye. Coming to the third house, here Ketu will make you very, very courageous. I've been always telling that malefics in the third house or in the Ukcha houses, that is the third, sixth, 10th, and 11th houses, malefics, they do well here. So Ketu will give you a good amount of stamina. Ketu is also about working with fine precision machineries. So here Ketu will give you this ability to work with fine machineries. You could be a wonderful surgeon where nobody could match your skills of surgery. Ketu can give you abilities to handle micro electronic equipments, and Ketu can give you abilities to do work very, very precisely. You could be expert with fine work of, you can say, skills. You could be very good with fine skills where something related to metals is involved or machinery is involved. Ketu in the third house can sometimes cause some detachment from your siblings. Either you could be the last child in your family, or there could be some problems related to your younger sibling. You may not be very fond of taking long distance. I mean to say, you may not be very fond of taking short distance journeys, because third house is also about your short distance travels, or you could be very detached with your neighbors. Talking about Ketu in the fourth house. Now, as I have told you, Ketu can give you good results in the fourth house provided the fourth lord is well posited. But Ketu in general in the fourth house can give some health related problems to you in your chest area, or it can give you some problems related to your mother's health. It can give you uh, possibilities of staying away from your homeland, or sometimes these people will prosper if they are staying away from the place of their birth. Ketu here can give you abilities to study technical subjects, or it can give you abilities to go deeper and deeper into trance, into meditation. These people could be very, very spiritual, because the fourth house is a part of the spiritual trine, moksha trine, that is 4, 8, and 12. These are your moksha trines. So it can make you very spiritual here. Ketu in the fifth house is considered good, but here, if your Ketu is not sitting in a favorable sign, or if the fifth lord is not well posited, Ketu can give you troubles related to acidity. I have seen couple of charts where Ketu in the fifth house has given some digestive problems to the natives, but these natives are extremely intelligent. So Ketu in the fifth house makes you very wise, very capable, very artistic also. These people could be very good with some creative abilities, and they can be very research oriented. They can go very deep into their study of subjects. So it makes you very intelligent. But if it is a bad Ketu here, it can cause you issues with your learnings. You may not be very fond of studying the subjects in hand, because the fifth house is all about your learning abilities. And Ketu here can give you problems related to your love matters, love relationships. So you will see that the relationships either do not form or they do not stick long. Ketu in the fifth house can give you only one child, or it can give you a girl child. So talking about Ketu in the sixth house. The sixth house is about the 6 Ds, that is disease, difficulties, and deaths. So Ketu here can give you uh, strong health, and you will be able to live freely away from diseases. In the sixth house, it can give you lots of respect in your place of work. I have seen many charts of people who have Ketu in the sixth house, and they are doing very well, and they are getting lots of respect in their work. And these people are very charitable also, because Rahu is sitting in the 12th house, and Rahu in the 12th house, it's a planet of materialism. So in the 12th house, it shows that these people are very fond of charities. So it will make you a very charitable person, and also well respected. You could be dealing with technical subjects in your day-to-day lives, and it can save you from the problems related to your enemies also. So talking about Ketu in the seventh house. The seventh house is a very important and a critical house here, because it is one of the Marka houses. It is the house of your marriage, it's the house of your partnerships. So Ketu here can give you problems in your connection with your spouse. So first of all, nodes here will cause some nagging problem, or you can say some problems in your connectivity with your spouse. So you will always see that there is some bickering happening time and again, and adjustment problems would happen. If there is a if there is effect of another malefic on your seventh house, then it can also cause probabilities of separation or divorce. But if even a single benefic is placed in the seventh house, or if a single benefic is aspecting your seventh house, then this probability can be saved, and you will be able to overcome the difficulties in your married life by seeking some kind of counseling or some kind of guidance. So Ketu in the seventh house will give you a spouse who is very detached with you, and who may have his or her interest outside the marriage. That can also happen with the position of Ketu in the seventh house. It can also give some health issues to the spouse. But also the entire horoscope needs to be seen, and we have to see where the benefics are posited and where the seventh lord is posited. Talking about Ketu in the eighth house, this is again not a desired placement for Ketu, because here it can cause sudden problems. As I have told you that Ketu is a planet which is associated with some kind of chronic illness. So Ketu can give you some, you can say, chronic illnesses or some kind of tumors. So eighth house is all about your sexual organs. So it can give some chronic problems related to the sexual organs here, and it can give some chronic disease. And Ketu here can also cause sudden accidents, because again once more I will say, if Ketu is bad, then it can cause sudden accidents. But if Ketu is good here, it will save you from sudden accidents also. So it can act both ways. You have to be careful about the people whom you are meeting uh, randomly, because sometimes it can land you up in trouble with people whom you are meeting on a random basis. So it is desired that you should increase the energies of your planet Saturn here, because Saturn is the karka of your eighth house. Ketu in the ninth house is equivalent to having a Pitradosha. Ninth house is not a very desired position for Ketu, because it can make you very unorthodox. It can make you not conform to the rules of the society. And Ketu in the eighth house, Ketu in the ninth house can also make you very, very religious, very philosophical, very well read, very knowledgeable about the religious scriptures. So it can act both ways. If your Jupiter is good and if it is making a connection with the Ketu in the ninth house, it can make you a wonderful astrologer also. So Ketu in the ninth house can cause some kind of restrictions in the happiness related to your father. Either your father could be placed away from your home, or he may not be able to devote sufficient time to you, because ninth house is also about your father. So you may be able to have a very spiritual gurus if Ketu is present here, and you will be blessed with a good guru if Ketu is present in the ninth house. Talking about Ketu in the 10th house, a lot of people come to me and they say that how will Ketu do in the 10th house? But let me tell you that Ketu will do very well if you are into some technical work, if you are doing some work which involves technology like software, or if you are in some spiritual kind of work, then Ketu in the 10th house will give you a lot of success, and you will grow in your career. But if otherwise, if you are in something else with Ketu in the 10th house, you will always keep on switching jobs. You will not be able to stay in a job for a long time, because Ketu is all about detachments. So even in the transit, if Ketu is affecting your Saturn, there could be a probability of change of job. Ketu in the 11th house. First of all, these people will be able to earn sufficiently well, or they may have lots of gains in their earnings. They have a limited circle of friends, and they will interact with a lot of people in their social life, but they will not be very keen on mingling with a lot of people in their social circle. Basically, you can say that these people are introverted. 11th house is also about your elder siblings. So you may have some elder sibling who may not be there, or you could be the elder one, or it can also mean that your elder sibling could be placed in a foreign land, because Ketu is also a foreigner. It can be a Muslim, it can be a Christian, it can belong to any other religion. So it also means that your social circle will comprise of people who belong to different religion. Ketu in the 12th house. This is a good placement in certain respects, because these people will desire to attain moksha. It is not at all important to think that if you are having Ketu in the 12th house, you will definitely get moksha. No. Ketu in the 12th house will make you do some deeds which are not satisfactory. One could be sinful also with this placement of Ketu. All depends upon the good and the bad aspects of Ketu. If Ketu is good here, it will make you do a lot of charity towards religious organizations, and you will be a spendthrift, because 12th house having malefics makes you a spendthrift. So you will spend money on spiritual activities or in charities. At the same time, Ketu in the 12th house can also make you do some sinful deeds. But at the same time, you may desire to attain moksha. And if Ketu is present here, you should try to make your deeds good, so that you will be able to attain moksha through this placement. So friends, this was all about Ketu in various houses. I hope you must have gained something new from this video. So do press the like icon and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so far. And I'll see you very soon with another video. Stay blessed.